Hey YouTube, AdamX20 here. Another YouTube orbit today. Today is May 19th, and I'm looking at an article here on ZDNet by Ed Bott. Apple released an interesting statement. I guess they didn't really release it. How would I put this? Apple to support reps provided a statement, and it's classified, so it's not even supposed to be out there, but it is. And the statement reads, let me get an exact quote here: "Do not confirm or deny that any such software has been installed." This is in regards to the new, I don't even think they're new, but the attacks that have been designed for Macintosh operating systems. The attack is really a low-level cloaking attack. It opens up and it tells you Mac Defender says you're infected or something like that. It does the same thing with Windows. It'll create a web page. It's only in your web browser too, which is obviously a red flag right there, unless you're using Chrome, which I'll get into that. So then the virus warns you through your web browser that your antivirus says you're infected and that you should install updates. It runs through an animation of a fake scan, and says you need to install this new update. I mean, seriously, this has got to be it's a really childish attack. But the problem is, it's getting people are actually falling for this. Dude, if your antivirus is running through your web browser, I think you need a new antivirus. In the event of Chrome, you know, I have not been an advocate of Chrome security since the dawn of Chrome. Google Chrome, I've always disliked it. My main reason is when you install Google Chrome on a Linux operating system, the installation process asks for your root password twice. That is a red flag that people need to pick up on. You need to have your root password once, so you can use a switch user do, and then install the software. So I've never trusted Google Chrome, but Google Chrome actually operates with that type of malware. Says Google Chrome says you have an infection, install this add-on, and then the installation leads to a virus. So Apple's take on that is, do not confirm or deny that any such software has been installed. Basically, I'm wondering if they're trying to say, you know, don't try and actually diagnose the problem. Well, it's not very clear. You know, to me it sounds like the problem doesn't exist if you don't see the problem, is their stance on it. And I don't think that's going to be helpful for Apple later on, even though they're making a lot of money now. When you start telling people there is no virus, when there is a virus, people are going to be like, hey, no, really, there is a virus, and walk away. So I think that's odd. I'm reading it on ZDNet. The author is Ed Bott. It's a quick article. He's been following the Mac viruses. No operating system is safe. There's several different types of viruses, and Macintosh and Linux are Unix based, so they have user permissions that help prevent certain viruses just inherently. So there's the Trojan virus, which is the one that requires you to be an ignorant person, not saying that in a harsh way, just to the true meaning of the word. Look it up. You have to be an ignorant person to install a Trojan. A Trojan is just a software. It's a virus that's cloaked inside a beneficial software, and that's what this is. This is a Trojan. They have people thinking that they're installing an antivirus update. You can get it in just like any software. If it's a photo editing software, you can get it. You install the software. The software has malware. So Trojans, there's no restriction when it comes to Trojans. Any operating system can get a Trojan. It requires user interactivity. The user allows the software to install. Once installed, the system is infected and compromised. Then there's worms, and I read on the internet someone said a worm is a virus that acts as soon as it's downloaded. That's not true. A worm was given the name because it can be downloaded in segments, and it spreads in segments like the segments of a worm. But once the worm is complete, it oftentimes has a head portion where that head will run. And I'm not even checking Wikipedia. I suppose I should maybe check Wikipedia. Maybe I'm wrong today, but that's the way a worm was to me. But the worm has a head piece that runs, and what that does is it looks through your computer for the different pieces, it assembles them to create a bigger script, and then it will act out its malicious behavior. Sometimes it does it in small segments where it'll just go and find more pieces, but the overall design for a worm is to break it up and then spread it out through different segments so it can spread faster, and then at a given time the head will run and will do more damage. Now the thing about worms is that they're gonna oftentimes require escalated privileges to do certain activities. So if you just download a worm, you're probably not going to be affected if you're running a Linux or a Mac operating system. Windows, on the other hand, is taking the user permissions level itself, and they're going to have user privileges. So later on, I suppose worms are going to have a harder time running on a Windows operating system. Currently, I don't know if that's the case. I stopped using Windows a while. And then there's other viruses. JavaScripts are terrible. ActiveX controllers are one of the worst ones. They target Windows specifically. It's another Trojan type attack. So, anyways, no operating system is actually safe from every virus. The Trojan virus can get anybody, and if you let the worm run, if you give the worm permissions to run, it will run with those permissions. Today I'm going to show you an interesting 3D effect. And what I want to show you is the different layers in 3D depth. This is something I picked up while I was outside. I'm still having questionable results with KD and live and its rendering when I'm rendering 3D videos. I haven't actually uploaded any new videos, but I'm uploading videos of me working on my software today. I put up a really long 40-minute video, but I had to break it up, so it's going up on my other channel. Today I'm going to show you the different layers. So what I have here are 4 Xbox 360 games, and okay, so you can see the 4 Xbox 360 games, and they're kind of floating in space. It has this spatial relations with my head and the background, so they're kind of floating in space. But what I'm trying to show you is that they look like one continuous unit first. So they look like one object, even though we can recognize them as 4 different objects with 4 different depths. So if I break them apart and put them side by side, they now look like two different objects. But you can kind of see that they're floating on the same layer of depth. I think that helps illustrate it. But then if I bring this one back, and if I move back, maybe my head's still in the frame, you can then see that there's now there should be about 3 layers of depths, where I have the first Xbox set of videos here, the second Xbox set of videos here, then my head, and I suppose the fourth would be the background, but they're all kind of unified. And what I'm trying to do at home is look at the different layers, or I can put them back together and then they can become one single unit again. What I'm trying to do is look at the different layers and look at how to take full advantage of that effect. Like, I have my 2 hands here, you'll see the same effect. I'll bring one closer, or I'll push it back, and you'll see that it has almost like well, it's honestly like this, like these Xbox 360 DVD cases stacked. There's a certain point in space where you reach a different layer of depth, and I want to learn how to dynamically break through the different layers of depth to create a really immersive 3D experience. So that's what I'm looking at. That's my 3D effect for the day. And yeah, that's my new YouTube orbit for the day. I'm on, gosh, what video am I on? I'm already past a week. This would be day 11. I'm almost on 2 weeks now. And like I thought before, I'm not getting very many views, but I'm not going to worry about it. The one video that got a lot of views, for me anyways, is the wildlife video, and I definitely want to grab more of that. I think that footage was pretty good, so I'm going to try and get more of that footage. So this has been a lot longer video. I don't know when it's going to go up because I'm uploading that video of me explaining my software, the software I'm working on. I'll leave a link in the comment section where that's going to be in today and in the future, and that'll be my other channel. You can definitely go there and watch those videos. Comment, rate, and subscribe. That would be awesome. What do you think of the 3D effect and the different layers? I'd like to hear that. Like for Xbox 360, maybe. Alright, see you tomorrow.